You get out of the way. I'm trying to photograph this tree. Well, so am I. So you'll just have to wait. Oh, yes. Got a real cracker here, Lionel. One for the annual exhibition, I reckon. Your heap of junk hasn't got a prayer up against this baby. Get out of my way! God, I'd love to give you a good thumping. Help yourself. Why don't you finish me off while you're about it? After all, you're the one who ruined my life, aren't you? Don't be pathetic. Or you can forget about the annual exhibition. The committee has decided not to accept digital images this year. What? What?
I'd be right in thinking a 130th at F22, Sebastian.
Spot on, Dad.
I want to talk to you, Madrigal.
What the hell are you playing at?
I want to talk to you about the annual exhibition.
It's 5 seconds, Dad.
Will you kindly move?
3, 2, 1. Time, Dad.
Damn it, Bright, you know perfectly well I have to expose the film at 9 o'clock precisely.
What's this nonsense about digital photos not being eligible for the annual exhibition?
It was a unanimous decision by the committee.
The committee? You mean you and those old farts that hang around in your junk shop? You lot wouldn't know a good photo if it jumped up and bit you on the bum.
Did you see that? Extraordinary behaviour. Extraordinary.
Better sit down, Headley. You look a bit shaken up, old mate.
The man's a psychopath.
Well, what was he on about, anyway? Not being able to show digital photographs in the exhibition.
Morning,
Sonia.
Sonia.
Ah, there you are, my dear.
Headley, make it yourself. I am going into Causton to do the shopping. Seb, you can come with me.
No, he can't. He's helping me in the shop. You stay here, Sebastian.
Help you? Do what? You're not going to get any customers.
He has to learn the business, hasn't he?
Oh, the business. I'll be better off without him anyway, the useless article. Haven't you two got anything better to do than hang around here all day? Men. Useless articles. Good morning, Philomena.
Oh, hello, Philly. You off?
Yes, Dad. Just came to say goodbye.
Leaving your poor father to fend for himself, Philomena?
Only till Friday.
Oh, I can look after myself. Can't I, Philly?
How's the course going?
It's all right.
Bookbinding. Funny old thing to be doing these days. Wouldn't have thought there was much call for it in the digital age.
Please, Edward, do not use that word on these premises.
So I'll maybe see you Friday, Seb.
Maybe. Dunno.
Make some tea, will you, dear boy? Come into the office, you two. I've made my decision about the poster for the annual exhibition.
Bye, Dad.
Wish me luck.
It's a great photograph, Dad. One of your best. Can I ask you something, Seb?
Okay.
Are we actually going out or not? Because I'm a bit confused. We spend all this time together, but we never, you know. You don't seem interested in...
I like showing you my photographs.
Is there someone else, Seb? Is it serious? I see. Well, good for you. Bye then.
I'll maybe see you Friday, yeah?
Yeah, maybe see you Friday.
You had a run-in with Steve Bright as well, did you, Lionel?
Yes. Well, I was shooting my favourite oak. We almost came to blows.
It must be tricky for you, Lionel, living in the same village and so on. Bright's the reason your missus ran off to Spain, isn't he?
Now then, water under the bridge, Edward. Ah, here we are. I've cut the shortlist down to 2, and I'm happy to say that both the photographers in question are present today. Edward, what can I say? This photograph is everything I would expect of you. You are without question the finest photographer of domestic animals in the southeast.
Cheers, Hedley.
Yeah, well, it was a close-run thing, let me tell you. But in the end, I had to go with Lionel. Lionel here has been photographing the trees of Luxton Wood for 20 years now.
22.
And in my humble opinion, that dedication, that commitment, sings out in every detail. So here it is, the poster for the Luxton Photographic Society annual exhibition.
Well done, Lionel. Richly deserved, old mate.
Thanks, Eddie.
Look at that, huh? Look how the light glows. A moment, a light-filled moment passing for a fraction of a second through the finest glass to be captured forever on a wisp of silver nitrate. No batteries, gentlemen. No microchips. And no damn pixels.
Do you know, it suddenly occurred to me. Yeah, I see Tom every day, yeah, in the office. Yeah. But he's never met Imogen. Anyway, I thought we'd deliver the wedding invitation personally.
We'd love to come to the wedding. And it's lovely to meet you at last, Imogen. Isn't it, Tom?
Yes. Harry Kittredge is coming, Tom. I'll stick you on his table. You two can chat about old times, eh? Anyway, better be going. Got a meeting with the caterers. Thank you very much indeed for the drink.
You're welcome.
It's great to have met you both. I've heard so much about you.
Oh, Tom, did you get my email? I've got this report to do on restructuring for the Chief Constable. Oh, I'd value your input.
Oh, the email, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, catch you later. Come on, Tiger. Let's go.
Bye-bye, then.
Bye.
Bye.
Email? What email?
Oh, don't worry, I'll sort it. All he wants is some management guff about staffing levels.
How do policemen like Martin Spillman ever find the time to catch criminals, eh?
What a lovely couple.
Anyway, I better be off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Ben. Nice to see you. What's wrong with you?
I'll stick you on Harry Kittredge's table. You can talk over old times. Harry Kittredge is 75 years old. If he's a day, Spillman obviously believes I'm the same vintage.
Don't be silly. Of course he doesn't.
Well, he's no spring chicken himself, you know. This is his 3rd marriage. Talk about a triumph of hope over experience.
What about this? I think we should go.
Go where?
The Luxton Deeping Annual Photographic Society exhibition. We're invited to the private view tomorrow evening.
Oh, must we?
Yes, we must. You need to get out more, Tom.
Did you? Yes, I put the tripod up just this side. I see. And was there any cloud? You see, there's no cloud there.
Maybe I could coax you to come on down to the studio. We'll get a couple of shots in. You would be. Some people think that it's a bit aggressive, but I think that it's more of a laugh. It's more of a kind of it was quite hard getting him to stay there with the paws. As you can see, he's sort of got his little claws just caught up in that. So we had to keep
Those are mine. I've photographed every meal I've eaten for the last 10 years.
They're all very similar.
I have the same meal, veggie burgers and peas. This year, I've switched from tinned peas to frozen. The change in colour has been really exciting.
As I can imagine. Oh, may I have another of those?
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Welcome to the 78th Luxton Deeping Photographic Society Annual Exhibition. The society was founded by my grandfather, Caspar Madrigal, with the aim of promoting the art of film photography. That is to say, photographic images produced without the intervention of computers. Fine examples of which can be seen on the walls all around you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Those old farts over there would have us living in the 20th century forever. Well, this is the 21st century, folks. And times, they are a-changing. That's why we formed the Luxton Digital Camera Club. As of today, join us and join the 21st century.
Show some bloody manners, Bright! This isn't the time or the place.
It's the tree hugger. Give us a smile, Lionel.
I don't think they're allowed to do that.
The battery's run out! His battery's run out!
I'll get you one of these days, pal. That's a promise.
Useless articles.
This is a lot more lively than I thought it would be. What is that?
You tell me.
Hey, that's not in the exhibition.
Where on earth did that come from?
What does this mean, Tom? Who is that woman?
I don't know.
It's Mum.
My God, you're right. It's my wife.
can assure you that this photograph was not selected for the exhibition.
Well, I've never seen that woman before in my life, let alone kissed her.
Of course you haven't. The image has been digitally manipulated.
You can tell it's digital. The lack of depth, the dodgy skin tones.
Look at the shadows on your face compared to hers. Two different light sources, you see. Two separate photos put together on some damn computer.
And the woman is your wife?
Yeah, she lives in Spain now.
Ran off with her yoga instructor. He's what, 15 years younger than her, Lionel?
Someone has gone to considerable length to play a prank on you, Inspector.
Steve Bright and his mates, obviously. Do you know any of them?
No, I don't.
Who invited you to the private view?
I don't know. I assumed it was one of your friends.
Well, I assumed it was one of your friends.
Well, I would like to apologize to you both on behalf of the Photographic Society.
And they say the camera never lies.
The cameras don't lie. People do.
People with computers.
Someone at Luxton Deeping bears a grudge, obviously. Someone you arrested once upon a time. And this is their way of getting back at you. Tom? Hello?
Joyce, I know who this woman is.
You know her? Why didn't you say?
Because I've only just recognised her. Last time I saw her was 30 years ago. Then she used to be called Marion Nicholson. I went out with her once or twice. Before I met you.
She doesn't look your type.
No. Well, that was part of the reason why it only lasted for,
Yes?
month or so. 5, 6 months.
Took you a long time to work out she wasn't your type. Aha, she dumped you.
Well, I really can't remember.
I got you on the rebound.
Well, it's not funny.
What's funny is you never ever mentioned her before.
Well, Joyce, there wasn't really that much to mention.
Can I ask you something, Tom?
Well, yes, what?
Are you absolutely certain you haven't seen this woman for 30 years?
I've told you, I'm absolutely sure.
What an eventful evening. We should go out more often.
Is that you, Bright?
Sir.
Strangled by the cord of his light meter, by the looks of it. And not too long ago, I'd say.
The woman over there found him when she was walking her dog. His name's Lionel Bell. Lives in the village with his daughter. Does she know? Not yet, sir. The wife lives abroad.
Yes, Spain. I met Mr. Bell night before last.
There's a coincidence.
I knew his wife. Once, a long time ago.
Now, what's this? Something in his mouth.
What's that? Looks like a memory card from a digital camera.
Or whatever's on it, I want film from his camera developed as well.
Sir.
And now, let's go see the daughter.
Get back to you as soon as I can, Tom.
Thank you, George.
Let's get him bagged up.
So you met the victim?
Yes, I did. It was at an exhibition the local photographic society were putting on. He got into some kind of altercation with another fella.
What about?
Don't know. Shouldn't be too hard to find out, though. There were 50-odd witnesses apart from me.
Last time I saw Dad was yesterday morning. I stay with friends in London a couple of nights a week because I'm doing a bookbinding course. But I spoke to him yesterday. When I'm in London, I phone him every night.
How did he seem?
Fine. Except...
Except what?
When I got back today, I found that. He must have had a visitor last night, but he didn't mention it when I rang him. It's the sort of thing he would have told me.
Did he have many visitors?
No, not really. He didn't socialise much. Especially since Mum left. The only people he saw were Hedley Madrigal and Eddie Carfax from the photosoc. The only time he was truly happy was when he was in the woods photographing the tree.
We can come back and talk later if you like.
It's okay.
Now, Philomena, your dad seemed to have got into some sort of confrontation at the Private View with a man called Steve Bright. Do you know what all that was about?
It was because the photosoc had banned digital photography from the exhibition. Dad was just, annoyed that Steve Bright ruined the Private View.
All right, Philomena. That'll be all for the time being. Jones, could you find a soccer? Get the bottle and the glasses bagged for forensics.
Sir.
Philomena. Do you still keep in touch with your mum then?
No, not really.
And you hadn't seen her since you went to Spain?
I don't like her boyfriend much. You used to know her, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But it was a long time ago.
When you knew her, was she happy?
I think she was, yes. But as I say, it was a long time ago, Philomena.
My friends call me Philly.
Aha. Right, I see. Yeah, thanks. Got that. This Steve Bright lives just outside the village on the Corston Road.
Does he? Let's have a chat with Lionel Bell's mates first, though, shall we? Come on. Jones, something peculiar happened at this Private View.
The bust-up between Bell and Bright?
Yeah, there was a photograph.
Well, it was a photography exhibition, wasn't it?
Yes, it's a photograph of me.
Oh, fame at last.
Very embarrassing photograph.
Lionel was a dear, dear friend, and one of the finest photographers of trees I've had the pleasure to meet. And he may have earned his daily crust as a quantity surveyor, but at heart he was a true artist. Let me anticipate one of your questions, Inspector. Did Lionel Bell have any enemies? The answer must be a most emphatic no.
Well, he didn't seem to be getting on very well with Steve Bright at the Private View.
Difference of opinion about photographic techniques, that's all.
Don't talk rubbish, Hedley. They couldn't stand the sight of each other. It was nothing to do with photography.
Cherchez la femme, as they say.
Could you be more specific?
Steve Bright was chasing Marion Bell for years.
Tittle-tattle, my dear. Idle gossip.
Steve Bright will chase anything in a skirt.
Steve was a complete pest. Marion told me herself.
Mind you, Marion thought everyone fancied her. You couldn't say hello without her reading something into it. Well, you'll know what I mean, being an old boyfriend of hers.
Anyway, you're surely not suggesting that Steve Bright was in any way connected with poor Lionel's untimely demise?
Young hooligans from Corston, more like.
Muggers roaming the woods high on drugs.
Yes, Mr. Carfax. Obviously, we'll take all possibilities into consideration. Now, Mr. Madrigal, when did you last see Lionel Bell?
Sunday morning, here in the shop. The Photo Society usually convenes on a Sunday.
And you, Mr. Carfax?
The same, I reckon.
Mrs. Madrigal.
Yes? He was here on Sunday with this lot, eating and drinking me out of house and home. I was very fond of Lionel. He was a nice man. And he took jolly nice photographs. Unlike some people.
What about you? When did you last see Mr. Bell?
I saw him on Sunday.
So no one saw Mr. Bell last night?
Last night? No. Well, why do you ask?
Because he had a visitor. Shared a bottle of wine.
Well, it wasn't me. I was at home.
I was in the dark room downstairs.
Wine? Doesn't sound like Lionel. A decent pint at the pub, a single malt whiskey at home. That was Lionel.
Yeah, that was Lionel, all right. May he rest in peace.
So this woman you were photographed with...
was not photographed with her, Jones. It was digitally manipulated to look as if I was.
This woman you weren't photographed with... You didn't tell me you went out with her. Carfax said you were an old boyfriend of hers.
Yeah, well, it's a long time ago, Jones, and God, she was lovely.
So you come across this fake photograph of the pair of you. 3 days later, her husband is murdered. Bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
That's one way of putting it.
Terrible days we live in. Terrible. Work will be our salvation, Sebastian.
Absolutely, Dad.
So get thee to the dark room. By my calculation, you're at least 2 weeks behind with the 9 o'clock photos.
Okay. And first I'd better box up the 28mm lens for the bloke in Yorkshire.
Don't trouble yourself, he no longer requires it. He phoned yesterday. He said...
He said what, Dad?
He said he'd found one on the internet.
If we had a website...
Don't even mention it!
Okay. Okay.
Never! Not while I still draw breath.
You're joking?
I'm afraid not.
Well, what was it? Heart attack?
We're treating Mr. Bell's death as suspicious.
What do you mean he was... Wait a minute, you don't think it had anything to do with me, do you?
We're talking to people who knew him, that's all.
And you and Mr. Bell, you weren't the greatest of friends now, were you?
Oh, come on.
No, you come on, Mr. Bright. You tell us about the violent argument in the woods a few weeks ago and the confrontation, shall we call it, at the private view.
Well, there was a little harmless rivalry about the Photo Society, that's all.
I'll get you one of these days, Bell. That is a promise. Heard you say that to him. That doesn't sound very harmless to me.
I never said that. You must have misheard me.
Wasn't the rivalry about something other than photography, Mr. Bright?
What's that supposed to mean?
Was there something going on between you and Bell's wife?
Not that again.
Not what again?
Look, Marion had a thing for me. What can I say?
So you didn't have a relationship with Mrs. Bell?
No way. She's 15 years older than me and a nutter to boot.
Are you married?
Not anymore. I'm a single man now, and loving every minute of it. Thank you very much for asking.
Mr. Bright, these photographs, they're digital photographs, aren't they?
You bet.
And you process them, what, on that computer?
Process them? I can make him turn somersaults and sing Jerusalem if I want. That's what Headley Madrigal and his cronies don't get. It's not about taking a photograph anymore. Anyone can take a photograph. It's what you do with it afterwards that counts.
As with the so-called photograph of me and Marion Bell.
That wasn't down to me.
Mr. Bright, where were you between, say, 7 and 12 this morning?
In Manchester, at a trade fair. I just got back.
What do you do for a living?
Fitted kitchens. Making shed loads, since you ask. And if I wasn't, I'd be doing this. Could turn professional tomorrow if I wanted to. No trouble. That's what Headley Madrigal and his mates can't stand. It's jealousy, pure and simple.
check the Manchester alibi.
Sir?
He's not telling us everything, is he? And he lied about what he said to Lionel Bell. I'll get you one of these days, he said. I heard him say that.
Jones.
You what? Say that again. Okay, thanks. Yeah. They found a diary on Bell's body. There's an entry for last night.
The mystery visitor.
Apparently so.
Who is it?
You, sir.
It's okay, come in.
Have you finished?
Not yet.
What's this? Biscuits? What about the 9 o'clock photographs?
Do them later, chill, Dad.
I will not chill. The 9 o'clock photographs are a unique social document. A visual history of Luxton Deeping. The Madrigal Archive.
I know.
Sebastian. Now that poor Lionel is no longer with us, I need you more than ever. He was my ally. My one true friend.
What about Eddie?
Oh, Edward is a good sort, I grant you that, but is he a true believer? I have my doubts. Your mother saw him coming out of that shop in Midsummer Market.
Quick Picks? Well, perhaps he was buying film.
Film? Quick Picks do not stock film. They are exclusively digital. It breaks my heart to think it. But Edward may have succumbed.
Jones, look. Looks like his handwriting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what was on the memory card in Bell's mouth?
These.
Ooh. Well, we need to find out who she is and who took these.
Well, it wasn't Lionel Bell. He was a film-only man. These were taken with a high-quality digital camera.
Same kind as Steve Bright uses, huh?
Yeah.
So Stephen Bright must be the first person we go to. What about the film in Bell's camera?
Trees. No sign of a murderer, unfortunately.
Morning, chaps. You've got a juicy one down in Luxton Deeping, eh?
Looks like, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was working on it instead of writing this damn report. Ah, Ben, the little bird tells me you're collecting for the wedding present.
Yeah.
Can I just say, the espresso machine, still up for grabs.
Oh, thanks.
What?
The fingerprints on the wine glasses, they found a match.
That was quick.
Do you want to know why it was quick?
Yes, I want to know why it was quick.
The prints on one of the glasses are yours. I assume you weren't at Lionel Bell's on Sunday evening.
No, of course I wasn't.
Or any other evening.
No.
So how did your prints end up on one of his wine glasses?
Because it wasn't one of Lionel Bell's glasses. The photographic exhibition, Jones, they served wine. Very dodgy Chardonnay. Someone could have picked up my glass there.
Well, how come Bell's prints aren't on the other glass?
Look, Bell wasn't a wine drinker, remember? Check the bottle. Maybe it's the same Chardonnay they served at the exhibition.
Indeed. They've gone to a lot of trouble, haven't they? Fake photograph, the diary, the fingerprints. Someone's really got it in for you, sir. You'll have to tell them about this upstairs, you know.
Yes, I know.
3, 2, 1. Time down.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Morning, all. The work goes on, I see.
What Lionel would have wanted. Cup of tea, Edward?
Wouldn't say no. Here, let me give you a hand.
Mum saw you coming out of Quick Picks.
God. And she told Headley?
Afraid so.
Oh, damn.
You haven't started you know what again, have you?
Of course not. Hello, what's this?
They're coming.
What was your old man? Dad!
What is it? What do you want?
I've had the police round, haven't I?
So have we all. They are investigating the brutal murder of my dear friend Lionel, in case you'd forgotten.
Yeah, well, they've got hold of some nonsense about me and Marion Bell.
The tawdry details of your private life are of no interest to me.
Well, someone's been wagging their tongue. And I reckon it was one of you lot. It's ancient history. So just leave it out in future, all right? All of you.
I do not appreciate being harangued and intimidated on my own premises. Now kindly leave.
Keep your hair on, Edders.
Sebastian, see these gentlemen out.
I know what a stirrer you are, Carfax. So just keep it buttoned. There are plenty of tales I could tell about you. You too, Seb.
Is that the new D2X?
Yeah. Yeah, have a go. 12.2 megapixels.
12.2. My God.
You wouldn't believe the resolution. All right for the day. Go on.
Sebastian.
You'd better go.
So you think they're going to take you off the investigation?
Yes, I do. Well, in the circumstances, don't think they've got a choice.
But you're not a suspect.
No, of course I'm not a suspect.
Any news of Marion Bell?
No, there isn't. Tried to phone her in Malaga. There's no answer.
That's odd.
What's odd?
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby, as valued customers, we would like to make you this special offer, the Golden Hind Hotel. Have you been there?
No.
Me neither. So how come we're valued customers?
Well, it's just a mail shot, isn't it? Oh, that'll be Jones.
I'll go. Finish your coffee. 2 gourmet dinners for the price of 1. Maybe we should go. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Jones. What's up with you?
You're not going to like it.
What am I not going to like?
Spellman's taking over the investigation.
Spellman?
Is that bad?
Spellman is a bureaucrat, he's a desk pilot, a number cruncher.
Well, he's a little inexperienced, maybe.
What do you mean a little inexperienced?
Anyway, you're due to see him at 10, so we better go.
Try not to lose your temper. Tom! Tom, what is it?
You just reminded me of something.
Tom! How nice to see you! Who was she?
No idea who she was.
Didn't you think it was a bit odd being kissed by a complete stranger in the street?
Well, she knew my name, and I assumed, that she was one of your friends. I always get them mixed up.
And you're absolutely sure it wasn't Marion Bell?
I'm absolutely sure it was not Marion Bell.
How long ago was this?
It's 4 or 5 weeks ago.
What were you doing in Midsummer Market?
Someone had phoned me up, wanted to talk to me about a suspicious death. That turned out to be a hoax.
You think it was a setup?
Well, of course it was a setup. Someone was waiting with a camera, and they digitally replaced this woman with Marion Bell. It's obvious, isn't it?
Of course it is. We believe you, don't we, Ben?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Martin Spellman will, too.
And the salmon is wild, not farmed. Right, thinking about wine. What have you got? You sure? Oh. Fantastic. I don't know, you're a top man. Thanks, bye. Bye-bye. Caterers, Tom. Nightmare. Okay, cards on the table, If there has been any, contact between you and this ex-girlfriend, now's time to come cleaning.
I haven't seen Marion Bell in 34 years.
Because if we look at this objectively, it doesn't look too clever, does it? There's the photograph of you and the ex-girlfriend.
That's fake, as I explained.
Your fingerprints on the glass.
Which was almost certainly taken from the private viewing at the Luxton Deeping Photographic Society.
Your name in the victim's diary for the following evening.
Well, someone obviously phoned Bell pretending to be me.
Where were you that evening, by the way?
Home.
And Joyce?
No, she was at a book club meeting.
Alone, eh? Pity. And the next morning, day of the murder?
I left home at 8:15, went to Badger's Drift to meet up with Detective Sergeant Jones.
Badger's Drift. Only a couple of miles from Luxton Deeping.
Yes, oh, for crying out loud, Spellman. There is an ingenious and resourceful killer out there somewhere, and you're just wasting time playing games with me. Look, there was some sort of grudge between Lionel Bell and Steve Bright, and nobody will come clean about it. Now, Steve Bright and his two friends, Knox Peters, they have the technical know-how to come up with stuff like this. Now, I want search warrants for them all, and I want them brought in here for questioning.
Well, what you want is not relevant, Tom, because you're no longer in charge of this investigation. You ought to go home and stay there. Do not discuss this case with anyone. That includes Sergeant Jones. Oh, and all relevant paperwork must be handed in to me immediately. Every scrap, Tom. Understood?
Yes.
Oh, Tom. We finally tracked down this health club where Marion Bell works. It's in... Malaga. Apparently she handed in her notice 6 weeks ago. The boss is under the impression she's coming back to England. Know anything about that, Tom?
No, I do not. And in view of the circumstances, I prefer it kept this formal, Inspector.
Sure, if that's what you want. Sir?
Well? Spellman is enjoying every minute of this. Just get. And I am under house arrest.
What?
Yeah, well, as good as. Got anything?
No, not yet. Bright, Knox, Peters, no criminal record, no connection with you as far as I can find.
You keep looking for her.
Should you be taking those?
No.
Okay.
I bet Steve Bright knows who she is. Now, Jones, make sure that Spellman keeps on at him, okay?
I'll do my best.
You do that.
Yeah, the colour's a bit weak here, but I can crank up the reds like this. And it's a bit blown out in the highlights. I've lost the detail. But the beauty is, the sensor will have picked it up. So all I have to do is...
No, Imogen, have you got the faintest idea how much tiger prawns cost? No. 2 proportion maximum.
Looks like another strangulation. Make a note of that.
They're getting a free bar, for goodness sake. What more do they want?
I never realised photography was such a dangerous pastime.
No.
What's his problem?
He's getting married.
I don't care if they are your mother's oldest friends, sweetheart. They're not sitting on our table, that's final.
Tom's still under the weather, is he?
You could say that, yeah.
He's missing a goodie here.
Ben? Haven't you moved him yet? Oh, one of these investigations cost a fortune. People standing around doing nothing.
I thought you'd like a look first.
I'll read your report. Sure it'll contain everything I need to know?
Well, I'd like a look inside his mouth, sir, before the body's moved.
What for?
Well, there was a memory card in Lionel Bell's mouth, so maybe there's something...
All right. You don't have to spell it out. Just get on with it.
Well, it's hardly a memory card, Ben. Something much more traditional.
Black and white medium format film. Not Bright's thing at all. I'll get this processed, shall I, sir?
Yes, of course.
And there may be something on this organiser's...
Oh, get it bagged up then. Ben, I'm not going to hold your hand 24/7 like Barnaby. Spellman.
I hope Tom gets well soon.
Darling, I did not shout at you.
So do I.
No, that is harsh. No, this rate will be until Christmas. No, I will. Absolutely I will. Hang on, just 10 seconds, yeah? Peterson, you get in there, tell them to get a shift on, yeah? Yes, sir. I haven't had any breakfast yet. John? Yeah, about 15 minutes.
Hello, Jones.
Bright's dead, sir.
Yes, I know.
You do?
How did he die?
It looks like strangulation, and there was a roll of film in his mouth.
Be interesting to see what's on it.
There's a sort of studio out the back of Bright's house a minute now.
I think it's where the photos of the girl were taken. You know that sofa thing she was lying on?
Yes.
There's one like it here, and
I found a stiletto boot.
Ben!
You'd better hang up. think you're needed.
Where are you?
Ed, in my back garden.
Ah, lucky for some.
Jones! Where are you?
I think this is the place where the photos of the girl were taken, sir.
What girl?
The blonde. On the memory card that was in Lionel Bell's mouth.
What's this got to do with my dad?
Well, I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Dad was only interested in black and white, and he never took people.
But you know this girl. Do you know who she is?
No, I don't.
Philly, can we talk about the time your parents split up?
Okay.
Now, had it anything at all to do with Steve Bright?
Steve Bright? No way.
See, because it has been suggested that Steve Bright was, pursuing your mother.
Mum thought every man she ever met was in love with her. Okay, she's an attractive woman. When she was young, she must have been amazing.
Oh, she was.
But most of the time, it's fantasy. It drove Dad mad. She'd leave us, then come back, then leave again. She couldn't live with him, she couldn't live without him. Seb says it's the modern disease.
What is?
Chronic dissatisfaction.
Well, he's right. Now, Philly, when I asked you the other day if you had seen your mother since you went to Spain, you didn't give me a straight answer, did you? Because you have seen her, haven't you?
Yes.
When?
About 5 weeks ago, she came to England. She wanted me to ask Dad if he would take her back.
And?
I told her he never wanted to see her again.
Did he really say that?
Of course not. I didn't even tell him she was here, because he would have said yes and it would have started all over again. But now all I can think is if I had told him, maybe he'd still be alive today.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Detective Chief Inspector Barnaby from Corson CID. Is this your usual delivery time?
Round about now, yeah.
So you knew the man who lived here, Mr. Bell?
What, poor old Lionel? Yeah, I used to see him sometimes, going out with his camera gear.
How about last Monday?
Yeah. I did see him, as it happens.
Which way did he go from here?
Well, that way, as usual.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
3, 2, 1, time, Dad.
Morning, Inspector.
Good morning.
You are now immortalized in the Madrigal archive.
I'm honored.
Never seen her before in my life.
Me neither.
Nope, no idea. Horrible photo, though. Digital, of course. Look at this, Headley. Enough to make you weep.
Ugh, appalling. Ugh. And this is what computers do, Inspector. They drain the very soul from the image.
Yes, but the girl, Mr. Madrigal, do you recognize her?
The girl? Oh, certainly not.
Ask Steve Bright. That's the sort of rubbish he's interested in.
What do you mean by that, Mrs. Madrigal?
Photographs of scantily clad young women. That's what I mean.
Tittle-tattle, my dear.
You ask Steve Bright.
Well, I would do that, Mrs. Madrigal, but Mr. Bright was found dead in his home earlier this morning.
No.
So it can't have been him that did for poor old Lionel, then.
Now, Lionel left his home at 9 a.m. last Monday morning. I was wondering if he was on your 9 o'clock photograph for that day.
Let me see. Monday. Oh! I was at the doctor's. Sebastian took the 9 o'clock photograph on Monday.
I don't remember seeing Lionel. He might show up when I develop the film. He pops up now and then.
Well, I'd be very grateful if I could look at that, please.
Sure. I was going to do another batch tomorrow.
Martin. What? I bought the espresso machine.
Yeah, what about it?
What kind were you after?
Italian one, specified on the list.
Ah, one of those, big jobs, you mean?
No, a domestic one. We're not opening a coffee shop for crying out loud.
Ah, I was just checking.
Spellman, shoot.
I've already told Tom I don't know who she is.
Tom?
Inspector Barnaby.
No, I'll have to call you back, yeah? Well?
No luck.
Nothing.
Bye, thanks.
No one. Now then, gentlemen, just a few questions. You do wedding photos, right?
Wedding photos?
Yeah, got someone shooting a DVD of ours, but stills would be great as well.
Well, I'll take some wedding photos for you.
No need to print them up, just stick them on a CD and we'll...
We do not do wedding photos. And if we did, we would not stick them on a CD.
Carry on, Ben.
Can any of you identify this woman?
No, none of us know she is. We've already told Inspector Barnaby.
Barnaby, when?
About half an hour ago.
Chief Inspector Barnaby is no longer in charge of this investigation. I am. Barnaby shows up here again, you're to notify me immediately. Do you understand? Ben? A word.
Thank you.
Did you know about this?
No, I didn't.
Bloody nerve of the man, poking his nose into my investigation.
I think it's a mistake, sidelining him like this.
Don't you get it? Barnaby is past his sell-by date. His days are over. You want to get ahead, you get with the program. All right, Ben?
Sir? You all right?
Yeah. This is where the picture was taken. Look. See the health food shop over there? There it is, in the photo.
I believe you, sir.
Yeah. How about the digital detective? Does he believe me?
Spellman's furious.
Why has he lost his laptop?
Because you've been poking your nose in, unquote. The prints from the film that was in Bright's mouth.
Her again?
They tell me these were taken with a camera similar to Bell's.
And I thought he preferred trees.
I think the film and the memory card were planted for our benefit. The murderer wants us to think Bright and Bell photographed this woman.
Something happened between the Bells and Steve Bright. According to some, Marion was after Bright. According to others, Bright was after Marion.
Whichever. Marion ends up running away to Spain and Bright's wife divorces him. End of story.
Until 5 weeks ago, when Marion Bell comes back to England.
What?
Something I discovered while I was poking my nose in. She wanted Lionel to take her back. Philomena refused on his behalf.
You think Marion killed him? She hasn't got a grudge against you, has she?
Jones, I behaved impeccably during our all-too-brief encounter.
Well, whoever the murderer is, they've certainly got it in for you.
Yeah, I know that.
You don't, actually. Your name was in Bright's organizer. Apparently, you had a meeting with him the evening he was killed.
That's her. That's her.
Sorry, excuse me. Thank you.
Hello. You're in a hurry.
What are you doing here?
Market day, I come every week.
I lost him.
Who?
It doesn't matter.
Who was it? The blonde girl?
No, it doesn't matter.
Take him home, Mrs. Barnaby. Do me a favour, sir. Stay away from Luxton dipping, and I'll try and keep Spellman off your back.
Come on, I've arranged a special treat for you.
What? See you. Yeah.
Yes. Dinner at the Golden Hind Hotel. We got another voucher in the post. Free champagne with the gourmet dinner.
Last thing I want is a gourmet dinner.
When I rang to make the booking, the man said, "Would you like your usual table, Mrs. Barnaby?"
I really like this one. It's optimistic. You know what I mean?
You're eating more, so that's good, Seb.
I'm really sorry about your dad, Phil.
Thanks. Seb, this person you told me about, that you're going out with, she doesn't really exist, does she? You made her up to put me off. So I think it's better if we don't see each other from now on.
Okay.
Good luck with the photographs, Seb. They're great. They really are.
Enjoy your meal. Everything all right?
Yes.
Bonsoir.
Good evening. I booked a table for 8 o'clock. The name's Barnaby, and we have these vouchers.
Barnaby.
Yes, Barnaby.
This way, please. Voilà, madame. Monsieur.
Thank you.
So, this is our usual table. Very nice.
It's a marketing ploy, Joe, isn't it? Like calling mashed spuds pomme puree.
I intend to enjoy myself this evening, Tom, regardless.
Oh, a seafood symphony. Musical fish.
Excuse me, sir. I'm afraid we can't accept these vouchers.
Why not?
They are not transferable.
Well, they haven't been transferred, have they? I mean, you sent them to us, and here we are using them.
There must be some mistakes. They are intended to Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby.
But we are Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby.
I'm sure you are, madam, but you are not our Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby.
Monsieur, would you tell the manager that Detective Chief Inspector Barnaby from Causton CID would like to talk to him in private now, please?
Certainly, sir.
All right, you win. Let's just go. It's not worth making a fuss.
Should have realised this had happened.
What?
Fake photographs, fake evidence, and now this. Fake Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby.
You mean it's something to do with the case?
Of course it's got something to do with the case.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm not going to eat tonight?
Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby were regular guests until 5 or 6 months ago. They favoured the William Morris suite overlooking the garden.
How do they pay?
Always cash. Rather unusual these days. I'm really very sorry about this. Your address must be on our database somewhere and got mixed up with theirs.
Sorry. Barnaby.
It's Sebastian Madrigal here from Madrigal Photographics. I'm just about to print up the 9 o'clock photos you were asking about, and there's something I wanted to tell you.
And what's that, Sebastian?
It's about the blonde girl in the photographs. I couldn't talk in front of the others, and now would be a good time. My parents aren't here.
Right, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
I think the least we can do is offer you both dinner with our compliments.
How kind. Did you hear that, Tom?
Yes, but I'm sorry we have to go. I will take up your offer some other time. Thank you. Come on. So you recognised the blonde in the photograph, did you?
I think so, yeah.
Good.
Steve Bright and his mates Adam Knox, Lee Peters, that lot. Into this glamour crap. Used to go to a studio in Causton where you could photograph models. So tacky. Anyway, Steve had a thing with one of the models and his wife found out about it. After the divorce, Steve set up a studio in his house and tried to get people to go.
Did you go?
This is the day that Lionel was killed.
Did you go to those sessions at Bright's house?
Once. So gross. All these old men lurching after some girl with her top off.
What about Lionel Bell? Did he go too?
Yes. He was supposed to report back to Dad, get them chucked out of the photo sock. But there was this girl there.
What, the blonde?
Yeah. Lionel was like instantly obsessed with her. But the thing is, so was Steve Bright. This is from the day after.
So what happened?
Steve warned Lionel off, but he took no notice. So Steve told Marion that Lionel was having an affair.
And was he?
You're kidding. No way. She told Lionel where to get off and Steve Bright.
Sebastian, do you know what the name of the blonde girl is?
Chantal, I think.
And where is she now?
No idea. She gave it up ages ago. What's surprising was Steve and Lionel drooling all over her.
Sebastian, I do appreciate you telling me all this.
I'm sorry. I didn't tell you sooner. My mum and dad, they're funny about stuff like this. Could you whack this pipe with that, please?
Here?
Yeah, just there, yeah.
This is the photo that was taken the day Lionel Bell was murdered, yes?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I date all the names, it's vital.
Because Lionel Bell left his house at 9 o'clock, just as the postman was making his deliveries. Yet neither of them are in this photograph, are they?
Dad was at the doctor's, so I did that one on my own. And I was a bit late, like 10 past. You won't tell him, will you? He'd kill me.
No, I won't tell him. This blonde, Chantal, you got any idea how I could find her?
Eddie Carfax might know.
Eddie Carfax? Why would he know?
He's a sly one, is Eddie. He's got his foot in both camps. It was Eddie who started going to the glamour sessions in Causton. It was Eddie who helped Steve hire the models.
It's you. What do you want?
I want to ask you a couple of questions, Mr. Carfax.
What about?
About her. You lied to me, sir.
We were told not to talk to you, Barnaby.
Who is it, Eddie?
No, it's all right, sweetheart. It's nothing.
Perhaps Mrs. Carfax can tell me who she is.
All right, all right.
Mr. Carfax, when Steve Wright set up the studio in his house, you assisted him, didn't you, in the procurement of models?
No, I just put him in touch with Nigel, that's all.
Nigel?
Nigel Woodley. He runs the Causton Camera Club.
Does he? And how do I get in touch with Nigel?
Well, he's got this shop, Quick Picks, in Midsummer Market. Look, this girl, Chantal, Nigel hired her, right? I barely spoke to her. And this business between her and Lionel and Steve, I didn't know anything about it until afterwards, I swear. I was just doing Steve a favour. I'm not even interested in this kind of stuff. This is what I do. Kittens, for Christ's sake. Will my wife have to know about this? And Headley? Because it's not fair, is it? I was just being helpful, you see. I didn't know people were going to get murdered, did I?
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
He's in the kitchen.
Thanks. Thank you. Jones! Her name is Chantal. Eddie Carfax lied to us about her.
Sir.
And I think I know how to find her. That shop, Quick Picks, in Midsummer Market, the owner is one Nigel Woodley.
Sir, there's a problem. Someone rang Spellman and told him you were in Luxton Deeping last night.
Oh, that'd be Eddie Carfax, wouldn't it?
Whoever it was, they claim you were threatening and abusive.
Threatening and abusive? Gosh.
I'm to take you in to see Spellman now, sir. It's serious.
Well, what's he going to do, arrest me?
Well, the mood he's in, anything's possible.
Well, if he does, at least I won't have to go to his wedding, will I?
That's what I love about him. Always looking on the bright side.
All right. I'll go and see Spellman after I've had a word with this Nigel Woodley.
Please, don't, sir. It'll make things worse.
Ben may be right.
Half an hour. That's all I need. Where's my warrant card? Do I see my warrant card?
Nope, haven't.
It's always in my jacket.
Ah, well, that settles it. You can't go around questioning people without your warrant card.
Oh, well, you can do it for me.
Hey, now, hang on.
Phone Spellman. Put him off for an hour. I'm sure he'll think of something.
Don't be difficult, Tom.
Look, whatever happens, Spellman will make sure that I come out of this looking bad. And when he's delivered his eagerly awaited report on restructuring, I'll be in charge of the traffic cones. And then you two will realise just how difficult I can really be.
He's convinced me.
All right. I'll go and talk to this bloke, Woodley. And then I'm coming straight back here to pick you up.
Of course you are. Now, Jones, you find out where she is.
Keep him here. Use force if necessary.
It'll be a pleasure. Traffic cones, eh?
Yes. Well, I can dream.
Are these from the famous Madrigal archive?
Yes, indeed they are. Same spot, 9 o'clock every morning for the past 70 years. And you couldn't find a more boring view of the village if you tried, could you?
So these two weren't taken on the same day?
No, they weren't. That was taken on the day that Lionel Bell was murdered, and that was taken on the next day. Why?
This car. You can only park there for half an hour during the day. I know, I got a ticket there recently. Oh, I suppose they came back the next morning and parked in the same place. I'll make some more coffee.
Exactly the same place? I don't think so. Mike, it's Tom Barnaby. I've got a favour to ask of you. It's a licence number.
I'm looking for Nigel Woodley.
If you're selling something, pal, you need to make an appointment.
Detective Sergeant Jones, Corston CID.
Is this about that drink driving nonsense?
No. It's about her. Do you recognise her?
Never seen her before in my life.
Or we could talk about that drink driving nonsense.
Wait a minute. Is that Chantel? Yes, it is. I didn't recognise her with the wig.
It's a wig?
Of course it is. She's as blonde as I am.
Tell me about her.
There isn't much to tell. She did some modelling work for the Corston Camera Club, which I happen to run. Here's pal of mine, Eddie Carfax, poached her. Haven't heard anything since.
Have you got any photos of her without the wig?
I could take a look. There you go. Corston Camera Club Christmas Party 2004. There's Chantel.
My God.
You know her?
Yeah. And I know him too.
That's Sebastian Madrigal. Right weirdo. Son of that Headley bloke from Luxon Deeping.
Sebastian came to the Corston Camera Club?
Only a couple of times. Had to ban him, didn't I?
Why?
He freaked out the girls, especially Chantel. Reckon he was in love with her. He started stalking her, the weirdo.
Print one of those for me, will you?
Sure. Oh, there was something about that said bloke. Something creepy.
Anybody there? Hello?
Have you brought the computer?
Yes. Yes, of course. What's this all about?
Chief Inspector Barnaby and Marion Bell.
Ah, I'm all ears.
The number you are calling knows you are waiting.
Good. Well, thank you very much for your help. Bye. Mrs. Painter was in Luxton Deeping on Tuesday morning. She remembers parking close to Madrigal Photographic, but she definitely was not there on the Monday morning. Now, Sebastian's father went to the doctor's on Monday morning. Tuesday he spent in bed. So Sebastian was on his own both those days. And he must have taken 2 photographs on the Tuesday morning, because he missed Monday.
So, where was he on Monday? Oh, that'll be Ben.
In the woods, perhaps, killing Lionel Bell. And the question is, why?
It's for the chemicals, in case you get splashed.
Ah, good idea. This suit cost a fortune. So, what's all this about Barnaby and Marion Bell?
I've got this CD I'd like you to look at, which is why we need your computer. Dad won't have one in the house.
If you haven't got one of these, you're out of the game. You tell him to get with the program.
Oh, I do. All the time.
Have a look at these. Take the blonde wig off, and who've we got?
Oh, yes. Well. Joyce, look at this.
It's Martin Spellman's fiancée. It's Imogen.
Yeah. And there's Sebastian Madrigal lurking at the back.
Apparently, he was stalking Imogen and had to be warned off. All I'm getting is Spellman's voicemail.
Try the neck.
So, maybe Sebastian killed Lionel and Stephen because they were both after Imogen as well.
And left the photos with the bodies to send out the message, hands off her.
He's what? You sure? Okay, thanks. He's gone to Madrigal Photographic.
To arrest Sebastian?
No. To meet you.
Someone's got their wires crossed.
There's more, Uncle.
It's for the chemicals. Could you whack this pipe with that, please?
No one's got their wires crossed. If Sebastian killed Lionel Bell and Steve Bright because of Imogen, and just imagine what he'll do to the man who's going to marry her. And he'll do it with an old mallet with my fingerprints on it. And my warrant card will be found somewhere very near the body.
It's the chemicals. I'm allergic.
Right, come on then, where's the CD?
It's got some photographs on it.
Yeah. What of?
Barnaby and Marion Bell.
I knew it. No, I've seen this one before. It's the one that's been modified.
No, keep going.
Who's that?
She works in the health food shop where I buy my veggie burgers.
No, I don't get it.
Well, I paid her. She thought she was doing a kissogram on Barnaby. Then I followed Philly when she went to meet her mum, and I took some photographs of them, and then I pasted them together on Nigel's computer.
You did? Why?
Keep going.
Oh, she's cute. Wait a minute. That's Imogen.
Yeah. They'll find all this on your computer. And they'll think that's why Barnaby killed you. Look at her. See? That's what you did to her. You and the others. That's what you turned her into. Mitch. That's why she doesn't want you. Because you're disgusting. Disgusting.
Let it go! No! Let it go!
You are under arrest for the murders of Lionel Bell and Stephen Bright. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Do you understand? Don't move.
Imogen.
I'd do anything for her. Anything. Whatever she wanted. Because I love her. That's what you don't understand. I was only doing what she wanted.
What, Imogen wanted you to kill Lionel Bell and Steve Bright?
Of course she did.
She told you that?
I know what she's thinking. That's love. Something you people wouldn't understand. Will I get vegetarian meals?
Yeah.
Steve. And Lionel. They were disgusting men. I used her. So did you.
Yeah, you little creep.
And you.
Me? How did I use Imogen?
You took her to that hotel. A friend of mine works there. He told me all about your visits there with Imogen.
I took Imogen to a hotel.
Against her will, obviously.
Interview terminated at 11:33 by Detective Inspector Sparman. Gentlemen, can I have a word? See, the thing is, when I first met Imogen, I was still married. Well, technically speaking. Of course, we had to be discreet. We went for dinner at the Golden Hind one evening and decided to stay the night. When they asked for my name, I said Barnaby. I mean, it was a joke. I was a bit, I'd had a drink. And then, of course, the next time we went... Whew. Do you know what? I'm feeling a bit dizzy.
Apparently the marriage has been put on hold.
Technically speaking.
Exactly. Oh! Would you like an espresso machine?
Good seeing you. Bye.
I've had lots of offers already.
I bet. It's a lovely house.
So I'm off to London. There's no reason for me to stay on in Laxton Deeping, and in fact, I can't wait to leave.
You know, you can always come and stay with us if you want a break.
Thanks, I'd love that. Oh, God, this must be her.
right? Mwah, mwah.
Yes, Mum, I'm fine.
Really, really all right?
Yes, fine.
Oh, my God, Tom Barnaby. Mwah, mwah. Oh, I mustn't look too pleased to see you, or Preston will be jealous.
I thought his name was Igor.
Oh, no, darling, Igor's history. I met Preston in California, where I've just been, and I'm going back there soon, darling, to live.
That's great, Mum. Good for you.
You must be Joyce. Mwah, mwah.
How lovely to meet you.
Oh, Tom, she's absolutely gorgeous. Lucky old you.
Yes, lucky old me.
I know. Let's take a photograph. Would you mind, Joyce?
Not at all.
The family that might have been. You don't mind me saying that, do you, Joyce?
Not at all. Tom, do look a bit more cheerful.
Oh, he always was a grumpy old so-and-so, weren't you, Tom? That's why it didn't really work out between us.
Hold it.
BAFTA award-winning comedian, actress, singer and the world's funniest woman. Victoria Wood joins Melvyn Bragg for a South Bank show special tonight at 11:15. That's after the ITV News next.